What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Deelishis Charles yet again. I spoke about her and her divorcing Raymond Santana, one of the Central Park Five. I think a lot of people knew that wouldn't last long. I think one thing in particular that some people may not have saw, but I did, was the fact that there was some incompatibility there in regards to him wanting to have relations with her and her saying that he wants it too much. I mean, why would you want to marry a guy that wants, that you may not be feeling as much as you want people to believe? All right. And I spoke about that in my other video. You can go and check it out. But I want to talk about Deelishis. Apparently, she posted about how she was homeless. She had to get a rental car and she had to leave behind everything that she had. And that was, according to her, by choice. I don't know if she's seeking a bit of sympathy, but I don't know. It's a very odd story. It's a very odd post that she put up. If you have money, what is the purpose of leaving? Now, maybe because she was living in his house and maybe bought her a car as well. And once she broke up with him, she had to leave all that behind. Her and her two daughters had to go into a hotel. Listen, I don't know why women do this, but if you have the money to have your own, right? You go through a divorce. I mean, men have done this for the longest. Whenever they divorce their wife, they go in and get another apartment or get another home. They go stay at a hotel for a little while, Airbnb, whatever, until they're able to get the time to go and get a place of their own, right? This is normal. Now, I haven't gotten to the article yet, but unless there's another situation that she doesn't want to discuss, I don't see it as her needing sympathy. I guess, women have this need to feel like they are the victim because they may think that people think they're the villain in the divorce or the breakup. And then they want to go and say, hey, look at me. Even though I had the money, I still had to go get go get a hotel, rent me a car, even though I didn't have to. I'm going through all these different things. But this is your modern day woman that's winning. Let's get into this article from Hip Hop Vibe. Said Deelishis reveals she lost everything and had to move into a hotel. Deelishis originally rose to fame in 2006 when she competed on the Flavor of Love 2 show. She won fans over. It was the episode where the ladies worked in the restaurant. Flav and the audience noticed what Deelishis was sitting on. These were the good old days before it was often enhanced. Yeah, you don't see a lot of times nowadays, man. These women have gone the enhanced route. Deelishis became a staple in the hip hop world. Not only was Deelishis doing magazine spreads, she was presenting at award shows for around 2 years. Deelishis had the game on lock. After that, Deelishis faded from the spotlight. Like most Flavor of Love participants, Deelishis resurfaced on social media. Deelishis made headlines in 2019. Back then, Deelishis married Raymond Santana. Earlier this year, Deelishis revealed they have divorced. Since then, Deelishis has shared how much she struggled. This week, Deelishis revealed that she lost everything. In a long Instagram post, Deelishis said having money was not enough. Things got so bad for Deelishis that she got herself a rental car and checked into a hotel room with her daughters. Regarding the rental car, Deelishis said that became her place for peace and prayer. Now, this is the post here when she speaks about losing everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to understand something. This is the day and age where women are out here succeeding. They're doing better than men, but you will never see a man with money talk about how, I've lost everything. I had to leave everything behind. Even though I got money, I'm still going to go rent me a car and go get me a hotel room with the children. Like, listen, honestly, nothing surprises me. I think that a lot of times we have underestimated these women's need to feel validated. I think Deelishis feels the need to feel validated. I mean, are there any particulars? We'll get into the rest of it. Was there any particular reason why you would need to do all that? Was there a house fire? I mean, did something happen to where there was a leak, a bad leak? Do you have some foundation? Like this vague post is a way to garner sympathy, people. And unfortunately, this is what goes on with a lot of these women these days. They have to do things like, well, they don't have to, they do it anyway. For just to get some sympathy. Just to get a little bit of sympathy on social media. Then they go right back to twerking. You can see the post here. Hold on, see. That's about it. But as you can see from the post here, and I want to go back to something too. I want to go back to the initial breakup, right? It seemed like Raymond had moved on. She had moved on, right? But she's back talking about what she's lost. Now, I don't know if everything was in his name and she had her own money. See, this is the thing, right? Like Raymond financially, due to the settlement, has been doing okay for himself. He's also doing other things. So maybe she put everything in his name in order to have more of the patriarchal relationship that most women do want. Most women do want a patriarchal relationship. Don't let them fool you into believing that they don't. They do. They just want to be able to have their own. So I don't know if it's a situation where she wants to make it seem like the divorce has her struggling. Is she struggling mentally as well? Why move out when you staying with him? I mean, you broke up earlier this year. Where were you staying in the meantime? These are things that we need to know. Now, this is the post here. This is the post from her Insta. I want people to understand, man. This is I guess this is her Mother's Day. So I had to get a little bit deeper in this. So this was for Mother's Day. This was her basically speaking on how hard it's been for her this year and the things she had to endure. And she wanted to make this Mother's Day about how much she's persevered. If you have money, you're not persevering. Okay. I could see if it's a situation where you were struggling so bad financially that you needed financial help, you needed, a place to all that. This was self-inflicted. You moved into a hotel. You took your daughters with you. You went and got a rental car. That was a choice. That wasn't anything anybody did to you. Now, again, we don't know exactly why you had to do all of that, but that was a choice, Deelishis. You chose to go and do those things. There's been women who've been through a lot more, and I'm not comparing, but I'm just saying this is a vanity post. I mean, look at this video. I mean, you're speaking on yourself as a mother, but you're just filming yourself out and about, getting drove around, showing off the lifestyle, showing off your new face. You know what I'm saying? Like where's the persevering? Where is the visual storytelling? To me, this is all about saying, hey, this is Mother's Day, but look how much me as a mother have had to struggle. Even though I had money to, I still had to go stay in a hotel. I had to go rent a car. I didn't need to go rent a car, but I went and rented a car anyway. And that was my place of prayer and refuge. Listen, I'm not trying to mock her in any type of way, but to me, this is a vanity post. And again, shout out to her if she was able to make it work. I'm not here to judge her struggle. But reading this and then to hear her talk about how she basically had money, but she just had to get out of that situation. If I ever had to show up and show out as a mother, I had to in 2022. They say you never know how strong you really are till you have no choice but to be. During the time frame of the making of this video, I was in complete ruins and devastation. The devil was trying to destroy me and everything around me. In a matter of days, everything I worked for was gone. I had no home, no transportation, no control over what was happening to me. And although I had money in that moment, not even money could help me. I checked my daughters and I into a hotel in our neighborhood and picked up a rental car. That rental car became a place of worship. It was a place I'd go to call out to God for help. Understanding, forgiveness, protection, direction. Without my daughters seeing me cry, my mother would call me every hour and speak life into me. She'd remind me of who I was and who I was and whose I was, and most of all, that when it seemed I had nothing or no one, I had my daughters and I was their mother. She told me mothers have superpowers. I simply had to have faith that God would allow me to be active. This saved my life. I locked myself into the hotel bathroom while my daughters were sleeping and break down and cry for hours or until. Yeah, listen, shout out to her for what she's persevered through. But to me, I think this just shows you, man, like, no matter how much these women have, man, it's never truly enough. It's never truly enough because mentally they're still all over the place. And there's a lot of successful single women out here who are struggling mentally, psychologically. They don't got it together. And they have to tell people they don't have it together. They have to tell people that because they need people to know how bad they have it. But in actuality, it's your choices that put you in that situation. Your choice to go and marry a guy after knowing him for a few months. Those are choices. And she's not admitting to much in this vague post because there's probably more to it that we don't know. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out the other video. I'll see y'all in the next one.